I'm curious to know what your take is on Jensen's role in the U.S. China trade war. He's been, thrown into the center of it, whether he likes it or not. There's this Jensanity that follows around him.
He's doing quite well. It's a very, very challenging job. Don't forget, Jensen also has his Taiwanese background, which adds even another layer of geopolitical sensitivity, right? What he says in Taiwan, Beijing will, of course, be watching very closely. And then back in the U.S., he will raise the flag, the American flag high, right? I'm an American patriot. He's copying some of the tactics from Tim Cook. I think the only person other than Jensen that can work with both sides is Tim Cook.
So in terms of the market being able to access the black market chips, where does that stand? Because when Nvidia and President Trump went to the Middle East, there was the market talk about, what role will the Middle East have in kind of channeling the chips over to China?
You raised a very good point, because there's always some doubt about the effectiveness of export bans. I know the U.S. government wants to do the export bans, more from a national security perspective, but in today's world, everything is so well connected. This is why there are reports suggesting how come like Singapore, such a small nation, can acquire such a large number of chips, and it turned out the Singaporean government is also pretty much aware there's sort of a black market or gray market and this is also a big concern during the tariff negotiations. I think the Trump administration tried to warn different countries how to fix those loopholes for exports.